What if your donors never had to think about giving again? It just happened automatically every month. That's the idea behind automatic giving, and when it's set up right, it can completely transform how a small nonprofit sustains its mission. Hi, I'm Ronald Pruitt, founder of For a Good Cause, the fundraising platform built specifically for small to mid-sized nonprofits. I've been supporting nonprofits in their fundraising efforts for over 25 years, and one question I get asked is, what exactly is automatic giving and how do you make sure that it actually works? So that's what we're going to talk about today. Automatic giving, sometimes called automated giving, or recurring donations, simply means a donor signs up once to give on a recurring basis. And the payment processes automatically, usually every month, without them having to do anything. For your donors, it's convenient. For your organization, it's predictable revenue that helps you plan ahead and sustain your mission. But here's something I've learned with small nonprofits over the years: setting up automatic giving is only half the equation. The other half is making sure that those payments keep running smoothly. And that's where a lot of organizations drop the ball. Let me walk you through both sides. When a donor enrolls in your monthly giving program through your online donation page or donation form, they authorize a recurring payment. That payment is tied to either a credit card or a bank account. And from that point on, the giving platform processes the payment automatically on the same date each month. The donor doesn't have to log in, they don't have to remember, the gift just happens. This is why monthly donors are so valuable. In my experience working with nonprofits across the country, monthly donors stay engaged far longer than one-time donors. We're talking average retention rates as high as 90% compared to those around 45% for one-time donors. And the cumulative impact is significant. On our platform, the average monthly donor gives $660 per year. Compare that to a typical one-time gift, and you can see why building a recurring giving base is worth the investment. Now, here's the part most nonprofits don't talk about enough. Automatic giving can break down, and when it does, it's often invisible. This is what we call involuntary churn, when a donor's payment fails, not because they want to stop giving, but because of something technical. An expired card, a card that got replaced after fraud, a bank that flagged the transaction. The donor still wants to support you, they just don't know anything went wrong. If you're not actively managing this, you're quietly losing donors you think you still have, and that has a real impact on your donor retention rate and your monthly revenue. The single most effective tool I recommend to every nonprofit is a service called Account Updater. What it does is automatically sync with banks and card networks to update expired or replaced card information without you or your donor having to do anything manually. In my experience, nonprofits typically see 20 to 35% of cards update in the first month alone, and around 7 to 8% each month after that. At roughly 25 cents per update, it's one of the most cost-effective retention investments you can make. The second thing I'd recommend is encouraging donors to give by bank transfer, or ACH. Bank accounts last an average of 17 years, far longer than credit cards. This means fewer disruptions, fewer failed payments, and actually lower processing fees for your organization. It's a win on both sides. Third, give donors a self-service portal. This lets them update their own payment methods, see their giving history, and manage their monthly donations directly. About 2/3 of donors actually prefer handling things themselves rather than contacting customer service. A donor portal respects that preference and removes friction in the relationship. And finally, make sure your system sends automatic alerts when cards are about to expire or a payment has failed. Catching these issues early before the payment actually fails is far better than trying to recover a lapsed donor later. Let me give you a quick example of how this plays out. Take a small community-based nonprofit. Let's call them the Riverbend Food Pantry. They have 150 monthly givers. Without Account Updater in place, they might lose 10 to 15 of those donors each year just to card expiration, quietly and with no clear trail as to where they went. With Account Updater running and a branded donor portal in place, most of these updates happen automatically. Donors feel taken care of, the payments keep coming, and the organization doesn't have to chase anyone down. That's what a good automatic giving infrastructure looks like. If you're building or growing a monthly giving program, automatic giving is the foundation. Set it up well, build in the right safeguards, Account Updater, ACH options, a donor portal, and proactive alerts, and your recurring giving program can run with very little friction. At For a Good Cause, our monthly giving toolkit includes all of this built in, from donation page templates to credit card auto updates to branded donor portals. If you'd like to see how it works, I'd love to show you. Just check the links in the description below and feel free to book a demo anytime. There's no pressure, and we're happy to take a look at your current setup and give you an honest opinion on what might help the most. Thanks for watching, and here's to growing a recurring giving program that works for your donors and for your mission.